All right, here's a couple more examples to help out with the about p-values and alpha, and this one actually brings in confidence intervals with hypothesis tests, kind of the two last things that you just talked about. I did a little bit of the front work on the side. So in 2004, Time Magazine reported the results of a random telephone poll commissioned by the Spike Network. I don't think that's around anymore. Of the large sample, 1,302 men who responded, only 39 said that their most important measure of success was their work. Estimate the percentage of all American males who measure success primarily from their work using 98% confidence interval. So I checked the conditions. Phone calls were random. 1302 is less than 10% of working men. There were 39 successes, which means 1,263 fails. We have a 1 proportional Z interval. We have our p-hat, 39 out of the 1,302 is about 3%. And I found our standard error to be really small, almost a half of a percent. So really quick, the critical value Z star, I used an inverse normal, 1% in each tail, and I got 2.33. So our Z interval starts with p hat plus or minus Z star times standard error, so 3% plus or minus 2.33 times 0047. We get an interval. On the low end, it's about 0.019 to 0410. That's telling me about 1.9% on the low end and 410% on the high end. So somewhere we're 98% certain that in between 1.9 and 4.1% of males judge their success based on their work. So B is when it actually starts being relevant to what we're doing now. Some believe that few contemporary men judge their success primarily based on their work. Suppose we wish to conduct a hypothesis test to see if that fraction has fallen below 5%. So our null would be 5. Alternate below is less than 0.05. So what does our confidence interval indicate? Well, thinking about it this way, a confidence interval, this is basically a two-tail anyways, even though we're judging one tail here. Once we have this confidence interval, we have a two-tail test. That's saying that somewhere, if we think, if the null is 0.05, and basically the evidence is saying that in between 1.4 and 4.10, that 4.10 to 1.9, if our interval is here, we're pretty sure that the null is not in there. So we're going to judge it by saying we're going to reject the null hypothesis because we're 98% confident that it's between, and I'd be a little bit more detailed if I didn't get cut off at 5 minutes on the video. 98% confident between 1.9 and 410. Hey, Dio, what's happening? So it says, what is the level of the significance of this test? Well, if we have 98% in the middle, that means it's significant to the 1% tail. All right. Have a good one. I plan on scheduling a meet live either today or tomorrow. Check Google Classroom and we'll schedule something. All right. Smash that subscribe button.